Everything is immaterialistic. Creativity shows what you are. Have something in mind, definitely you can change your life. It is the teachers, they have to now take the responsibility of molding the children into good habits.
One person can make a difference, and everyone should try. Hello, everybody. I'm your host, Seema Chhoriya, and I welcome you all to another insightful session on great principles. Joining me in my conversation is my very simple, grounded, and intellectual guest of the day, Mrs. Anantpreet Dhupar. She is principal of Galaxy National School, Ahmednagar. Welcome to Great Principles, ma'am. I'm really honored to have you with me today.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
So, ma'am, let us begin by knowing a little about you. Your once upon a time. How did you started your journey in education domain and what keeps you going?
Ma'am, well, that was, you know what, to be very frank, you'll laugh at me. It was a misfire. I wanted to become a lawyer, and I have done my MA. After that, I did my law and got married. And when I came to Ahmednagar, it's a small town in Maharashtra. It was a total Maharashtrian setup, and I was from the north. So I could not fit into that Maharashtrian setup, and sitting idle was not my cup of tea. And I started into education because I've had a passion for teaching. And when I came here, basically 38 years back, the English speaking society was not so good. So everybody, all my friends and all encouraged me with, as I had very good command over English, to take tuitions for their children in English. And that's how my journey started. And I just went into it being a teacher, being a part-time teacher, then a teacher, then a coordinator. And finally, I landed up as a principal.
Interesting. So, from a lawyer to teacher to school leader. So,
Yeah.
what keeps you going here? Your love for children keeps you going?
Definitely, ma'am. Especially, I was, you see, when these children come in the eighth standard, and I saw them going haywire and all. My expertises are in the 8, 9, 10th, and 11, 12. So either the little ones, the kinder kid, or then first to fifth was not my cup of tea. Then from seventh, eighth onwards, because those were the children who really needed somebody to talk to them, to hear the things, and then work it out with them. So that's how I started into it, and I was teaching the children for the senior classes and all. Moreover, they were my friends, and even till today, 38 years back, now the scenario is that the children whom I taught, their children are coming to me for studies. How so
Wow.
slow, how it is that they think, ma'am, the way you taught us, you teach our children also.
Absolutely. This is what we all crave for. I think even if I get an
Yes,
opportunity to send my kids to my teacher, I would love to. Because, those were
yes,
the times when we really had amazing teacher. They used to put their soul when they were teaching. And I think
definitely,
I'm sure
ma'am.
this is what you have been also doing, and that is the love you're getting back.
I really, you know what, at times I have tears in my eyes when I see my children coming back to me, talking to me, ma'am, aisa karte the, waisa karte the. Like it was a very homely sort of a thing. Like they remembered the cooking part also, ma'am, make us aloo ka parathas or all that being a Punjabi. So you know what Punjabis are good for. So they all miss, and even at times they call me from abroad and all, where they are now working and saying, ma'am, we made you proud. And they have definitely made me proud. I feel very happy when I see my children working around and in very good places.
Yeah, there cannot be, a moment of pride greater than this to see your
Definitely.
children doing well in life. It was
Sure,
great to know
ma'am.
your journey, ma'am. And yes, there is a connection that if you start loving children, then teaching you once become a teacher, you're always a teacher. You can't step back because the joy you get can't be
That's
replicated
it.
with any other kind
Ma'am,
of
it
joy.
was not only the teaching part, but it was all self grooming and all. And suppose if the parent has not come to take the child, I would go and drop him home, drop her home.
Yeah.
So the parents were safe. Ki, Antu ma'am's house, no problem. Let them be there till as number of hours they want. because we know they'll be in safe hands. So I would drop the children back home also.
Absolutely, ma'am. So, building relationship with parents, ensuring that the children are, growing in the right direction along with the guidance
Yes.
of parents and teachers, that's the best thing to involve parents into education.
Yes, ma'am. Yes. And the
So,
parents were very helpful. Like it was one takya kalam which you would use, tel dalna. So whenever I would talk to a parent, ma'am, please don't put oil. Do whatever you feel like, because talking to parents, you would do something and then we will get it at home. So we will do what you say, but don't put oil at home. It was that
okay.
way.
Wonderful, great. So, ma'am, now we would move to our rapid fire round. You have to answer me
Sure,
in
ma'am.
one word or a sentence would do.
Okay. Right.
One thing that you miss of North India now being in Central India.
Yes. My nature, mountains. I was in Dehradun. I really miss the nature back then. All those blue hills, snowfall, all that.
Definitely. Moving ahead to the next question. What is your favorite dish?
यार आप पंजाबी से पूछ रहे हो छोले भटूरे पनीर
Yes. I thought that would come. Chola bhatura and paneer. All right. Moving ahead to my next question. Who
खाने की बात पंजाबियों से करते हो मैम आप
because I think maybe someone will give me a different answer than paneer and chola bhatura, but I always end up or paranthas, yes. They are very fond of paranthas
पराठास
too. Yeah,
आलू
so
पराठास
I always end up getting these three options. So I always think that maybe I'll find someone who has other choices. All right. Moving ahead to my next question. Who is your greatest source of inspiration from education fraternity?
from the education fraternity. Ma'am, I have always looked up at Dr. Abdul Kalam.
It's a true visionary.
I really miss his speeches, and I'm very fond of what he has written. He is my idol, Dr. Abdul
He,
Kalam, President.
yeah, he truly is, and his
Yes,
thoughts are even relevant in today's time and they will be going ahead also in future. All we need to
yes,
do is
ma'am.
follow the guidelines that he has already given to us and the path that he has shown us. Moving
Yes,
ahead to
ma'am.
my next question. So, my next question says that what do you prefer, logic or creativity?
Creativity.
Okay,
That really brings logic, does enter into it, but creativity shows what you are, the thinking power of yours.
very
I
rightly
prefer
said.
creativity. You come to know the exact position where the child is,
Very
what is
true.
in his mind, what is in his mind. You come to know with creativity.
With creative side, you can see get the reflection of the inner self.
Yeah, yeah.
So, moving ahead to my next question. What do you do when you're not working? What are your hobbies?
What are my hobbies? Okay, ma'am, like when you want to ask me, I am a social worker. I teach children free of cost after school. I go to the Jawan's wife, do personality development with them. Spoken English classes I've been taking in the army area, and it is we had started Ghar Ghar Langar Seva in the COVID time. I was running two COVID centers, one for women, one for the male things. And Ghar Ghar Langa Seva, we catered a lot, even the Home Minister from Maharashtra and with the police force and also that gives me peace. कि कोई रात को भूखा नहीं सोए.
Wow,
So
beautiful soul.
even today we are serving food free of cost, not a single penny. But yes, we do have all support from the government and all, as it's a free of cost thing, so we keep everything clear.
And
Concentrators
that's
and all,
a
ma'am, donations बहुत आए थे. We got concentrators, we got oxygen cylinders and all. Even today we are giving it to the people from Mehrabad come, Meher Baba's followers and all, they come and take it from us.
beautiful, ma'am. You are spreading joy and bringing smile
I
on so
really
many
like
faces, and that's the
it.
wonderful thing to do. So
And
moving
my
ahead,
only thing is that I teach free of cost to single parent students. I do not charge
okay.
them one single penny. Single parents like women's widows and all. Not at all. And army jawans children also. I don't charge. Something to give back to my country.
And giving back is best taught when you are yourself setting up an example, so your children also
Yeah.
love the under learn the same thing, that how you should
Ma'am,
give
my
back. So by
son, ma'am, we are hoteliers by profession. My son is a hotelier, my husband is a hotelier, and they all contribute into it.
yeah, because
He
it
was,
it reciprocates in this family itself, because they see you, and this is the best way to teach our students also in school, because they do
yes,
what they observe. So
yeah,
wonderful thoughts, ma'am. So moving ahead
yeah,
to my next question, what is
yeah.
one thing about you which many people do not know?
Do not know. I can't say. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, so
Can't
so
say, ma'am.
ma'am is like
Mm,
an open book. She doesn't have anything which people wouldn't know about her. All right, so I'll
yeah,
leave that one. Moving ahead to my next question. Do you like watching
yeah.
movies?
No, I love spending time with poor people, teaching the children and all. Movies, if you ask me, even आप हंसोगे टीवी लगाने में भी ना बहुत मुश्किल होती है.
So you
आप
like to
बोलोगे मैं
spend time
किसका
with people.
yes.
Okay.
I do that.
So we have a people's person with us. So what do you do to keep yourself entertained? Do you hear music, or you read books?
Ma'am, I read books. I read books. That's my favorite pastime. I
Okay.
read
So
the
may I?
books, anything, newspapers, because I have to keep myself updated for my students. So I'll read the newspaper. I'll keep this myself. Uh, I read all the news and everything so that tomorrow I can share. And when I teach, I don't give children ऐसा हुआ था. I give them real life examples. So then when it is a real life example, so I have to keep myself updated. Actually, all this journey also, you know what, when this 26/11 happened, my son was there in Hotel Taj, and he was doing
Mhm.
his catering from Taj hotels only, learning. So he was there and he survived. So that also changed me a lot कि उस time पे मैम पैसा काम नहीं आया था. I was telling everybody मेरे को बॉम्बे ले जाओ. There was no, the whole Ahmednagar was surrounded in a bungalow, but nobody to help me out. So that changed my scene कि कितने ऐसे parents होंगे जो मेरे जैसे कभी helpless हुए होंगे. So I just time मिला तो I'm in the you can say you can and everybody knows अंतु को कहाँ पकड़ना है. Go and find her in some slum area. वहाँ पे होएगी.
You
That's what I
could
am.
do good, and goodness come back to you. It
Yes,
does,
ma'am. I
definitely.
swear, in the morning when I called up his IHM and I said, Sir, Karan is there. He saying, Ma'am, you should thank your stars because his partners were no more that way.
Yeah, we are very sorry to hear
So
that.
that was a
Uh,
turning point in my life. After that, I have started. मतलब फिर I said नहीं पैसा कुछ काम का नहीं है. It is what humanity. And अभी मैम कोविड में it was so terrible. Like रियलिटी सामने आती थी. कई बार ऐसा होता था व्हेन आई वुड कम होम खाने को नहीं होता था. मतलब आई कुड नॉट ईट फूड व्हेन आई सॉ पीपल लिटरली सफरिंग.
yeah,
सो
that's the
चलता
thing.
है यार क्या करेंगे.
So, ma'am, if I ask you to recommend one book for my dear viewers, which book you would recommend?
मैम there's so many, but you can win of Shiv Khera changed my life. Before that I would say यार क्या है ये है, but when I read that book it literally changed my life. Like after that I understood that if you Have something in mind, definitely you can change your life.
Very true. We are the creator of our own destiny. If we decide to, we can
Yes,
definitely rewrite it also.
yes,
Wonderful.
ma'am.
It was great to know you in this segment, ma'am. Now we have reached to the last question of the show, which is called the expert talk question. So, ma'am,
Yes,
we
ma'am.
were talking about the joy that you get through social service. So, ma'am,
Yes.
I would like to ask from you, how do we teach our children to be more empathetic? How do we develop this feeling of being human in our children so that they are available and they are there to each other, building a wonderful community in future?
Ma'am, we have to teach them with the daily life things. Like when I'm teaching in the class, though I'm the principal, but I take two subjects, English and SST for class ninth and 10th, because I know this is the turning point. And whenever I'm teaching them, I'm telling them, ऐसा होना चाहिए, ये करना चाहिए. That there are times when children say, ma'am, हमने घर जाके आज ऐसा किया. Now, I have a student who is totally spoiled case. And now, the other day, her father said, ma'am, there is a tremendous change in my daughter. I don't know what you did. I said, I did nothing. I showed her the reality of life. So, this is how we have to inculcate those habits in them, which are not there as both the parents are working. During my times, it was like our mothers were not working. It was just the father going out for work and all. And now as both the parents are working, it becomes difficult. So I think it's a moral duty of the teacher now to give them good habits, which, sorry to say, somewhere in my profession it's lacking behind. I request all the teachers, I know we all are doing a very hard work, कि if you see some child going haywire, पहले उसको पकड़ो और ठीक करो. That's the way I want, क्योंकि the parents are so busy to give the best to the child that they don't know the value of what is it, because the parents think we did not get bachcho ko do. I agree, you should, but you should also tell them the value of things, which is somewhere lacking behind nowadays, and that is all due to exposure and all. And the child is also misusing the liberty, the love which he is getting from the parents. So, this is what I feel that we should really tell our children, that studies, yes, but humanity should also be there. If I agree, in today's world, there is so much of, you can say, people are cheating one another and all. But down the way, it is the karma. It will surely return to you. If you do good, you will solve, at least set the chain. You don't break the chain. Let somebody else break it. It's not our cup of tea. But if we keep on doing good, humanity will surely linger on. That is what I feel. And
Very
that is
rightly
what
said, ma'am.
I teach all my children today also. You keep your chain on. Whoever it is will not today, but tomorrow definitely try to build up that chain.
Absolutely,
I
ma'am.
don't
Very
know
rightly said.
how true I am or how right I am, but that's my thinking.
Ma'am,
I'm
no,
sorry.
ma'am. Actually, it's a very practical and honest thought, I suppose, because yes, that happens. When you do good, you get good, and I truly believe in that. At
That's
times,
it.
what happens is we ourselves get drowned in our own sorrows that we are not able to come out of it and do the good for others. So we need to learn
Yes.
all these things that either we sink ourselves in the gravity of the sadness or come out stronger and face the world and help others not to face similar kind of situation through which we went through. So
Ma'am,
people need
I
to
don't know,
come out.
but these years of COVID has literally changed my thinking, that I think everything is immaterialistic. Ma'am, जिस तरीके से I saw hunger, I saw helplessness in the people, I saw people going, समझ में नहीं आता था, ma'am. I just, it was, I saw many near and dear ones going. I saw इतना गंदा हाल होता था, ma'am, at the funeral point also, because we were working day and night. We had badges from the government and all they had given us. The it has changed my thinking towards humanity. It
Certainly.
it looks like nothing is going to go along, only your good karmas. So that is what I teach everybody.
No, absolutely, ma'am. That time was difficult for each one of us. We all have faced some
Yeah.
issue here and there, and some have understood the gravity of it, while some were fortunate enough to sail through it. But yes, it taught our children also a lot. And you rightly
Yes.
said, only your good karmas will go on with it. And
Yeah.
our teachers can teach this lessons very
Ma'am, it
beautifully
is the
by.
teachers. It is the teachers. They have to now take the responsibility of molding the children into good habits because they spend, no doubt, only a small period of time, but in that time also you can change them. That is
A
what
teacher
I
has a
feel.
huge influence on child's mind. They never
Yes.
agree that my teacher can be wrong. So when a
No,
teacher
no,
has
no.
taught something, a child takes it, yes, this is something that I need to follow and I will
Sure.
follow it. So this is the
Yes, ma'am.
power of a teacher, and it's very not a difficult task to take up this and just incorporate it in your lessons and relate to it so that children understand, and as you rightly said, give real life examples, because today's children
Yes.
connect with real life examples more.
Definitely, ma'am. Definitely. And I would also like to request all the parents, if you see something bad going, just stop the child because they do not. And then when things go haywire, then they say, "ये कैसे हो गया?" The parent also has a responsibility to see, भी थोड़ा तो आप भी support दो. I see so
Right.
many parents coming to me, नहीं हमारा बच्चा ऐसा नहीं कर सकता. यार हम बता रहे हैं तो
Yeah.
गलत तो नहीं बता रहे ना, but नहीं, our child is not wrong. Okay, your child is not wrong. I'll settle your child then. Goodbye.
I
क्या
agree, ma'am.
बोलूं
There are
मैं?
many parents who behave like this. That
Yes,
yes, my child is not wrong, but there is nothing wrong in realizing at an early stage that your child is doing wrong and making him correct
definitely.
so that he doesn't just repeat it again and again, and then there is no looking back and mending that child
No,
that way.
no, no,
So
no.
there's a lesson for each one of us from today's conversation, for parents, for
Ma'am, I'm
teachers,
just
for
a small
students.
frog in a pond. Ocean is so huge. ठीक है थोड़ा बहुत कर रही हूँ but I'm happy कि चलो whoever is under me is being a better person. Otherwise, this is a huge ocean. And if we all get together, we can unturn things. But then it has to be
Certainly,
from
ma'am.
everybody.
Every
Everybody.
big revolution was a small change
Yes.
at the beginning. So
Yes, ma'am.
every small changes are definitely going to your small change. Your small step is definitely turn into very big as more and more people will get added to it. So today's
Yes,
session was
ma'am.
very thoughtful one. We had a lot of learnings today, not only as parents, as teachers, as students. We also learned what it means to live in a community, how you need to be empathetic towards each other, and how you need to teach your children to be more human, because there is nothing more beyond humanity. So thank you so much,
Definitely.
and thank
Thank
you
you,
so much,
ma'am. It
Dupar
was
ma'am,
thank you,
for
ma'am. It was
enlightening.
really nice talking to you also. I don't know how much I could express myself, but it was a good opportunity talking to you all.
Certainly, ma'am, it was a wonderful conversation with a lot of
Yes.
takeaways and a lot of learning for me and my viewers as well. Thank you once
Sure,
again.
ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.